Hello there, my name is Mauro Sicar from Bricks Agency, and today I'm going to show you how you can easily bulk import Redirects into Webflow. Great. So we're going to divide this super quick video in three sections. First, what is a 301 redirect? Then second, why it's important to set up 301 redirects when you are migrating to Webflow or from Webflow. And last but not least, how you can easily do that in a bulk manner so you don't actually need to go one by one and do that like super boring task. Okay, so what is 301 redirect? In a nutshell, a 301 redirect is pretty much just one redirection from one link to another. So for example, sometimes you shorten a URL using a URL shortener and you redirect like from that shortened URL to the full URL. That is one type of redirect. And then particularly for the 301, this is a permanent redirect. So pretty much this notifies the user as well as search engines like Google that this URL is permanently moving to a new URL. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what a 301 is. This is 301. So let's then continue on why it's important to set up 301 redirects. So particularly for Google, if you just, for example, went into doing a rebranding for your brand and you changed all the URLs to a new domain and you don't set up those 301 redirects, Google will kind of lose track of what happened with your site because if all of your old URLs just go into a 404 page and it says like lost page not found, we'll kind of guess that probably your URLs like just got lost and you are not in business anymore, and with that you're going to get heavily affected on the SEO side of things. So what these 301 redirects do is that pretty much they notify search engines that your old website is already living on a new website on a new URL, and that you can easily just move from one to another. And that way the SEO authority of your old URL or your old domain will just pass to the new one. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much what a 301 redirect is. And then actually to the part that you were kind of looking for in this video, how to easily import that into Webflow. So that's super, super simple. We actually wrote a tutorial in text, but now we're recording this video. So it's a little more intuitive. But pretty much what you need to do is that you need to go here into your Webflow dashboard. Then you go into your project here in the project settings. And then once you are here in the project settings, you need to go into publishing, like you can see here. Then right in the bottom, if you scroll a little, you will see that you have this section called 301 redirects, and I will make it a little bigger so you can see it a little better. And here you can pretty much just put the old URLs, for example, like old URL here, and then the new ones in here. It's just as easy as that. So you can, for example, put something like this, uh, and you can just add that redirect. Once you add that and you publish your site, it is pretty much going to be live. But it is important to mention that doing this manually on very large sites can actually get very, very boring and very tedious. So how can you actually bulk import all of those URLs? Fortunately, there's a few extensions and tools that allow you to do this. One of my favorites is a bulk import by FinSuite. FinSuite are a Webflow agency that like they actually build like a lot of different tools and a lot of different kind of integration with Webflow. So in order to import it, it's just as easy as searching for FinSuite Chrome extension. You can just search that on Google. You'll find this page from them. You can add your email and you will be able like just to get regular redirect here and you can just install that. It works on any Chrome based browsers. For example, I'm using Arc, but if you are using Chrome or like Microsoft Edge or anything like that, it will perfectly work. Okay, so once you have that installed, you will see this button. You can actually click on that. You will see it says upload CSV. In here, you will need to download a CSV template, the one that you can actually download in here. You can just download it. You will see that like it just gets downloaded uh, right there. And that CSV template is going to look something like this. So you will pretty much have all of the old paths and all of the target or the new paths. And it's just a matter of putting all of them here. You can open this CSV file with any spreadsheet software. I'm personally using Numbers, but you can use Excel or like even like Google Sheets. And as soon as you're finally like, or as soon as you're ready with your final list of URLs, you can literally just click File, you can click Export to, and then CSV. And then use Export CSV in UTF-8 format, and you are pretty much done. Then once you are ready, it's just a matter of clicking, of moving your CSV here, CSV file here. I will do that to give you an example, and you will see it just shows you all the URLs. And if you click upload, it will just create all of them super quickly. I will not click upload right now because I don't actually want this Regex to be created on our site, but you pretty much already saw how it works and how easy it is. As one final tip in all of this process, it is important to always verify that all of your URLs are actually covered. And for very, very big sites and sites especially where many different people are working on, it can actually be a little hard to do that. So you actually use SEO crawlers to do this a little easily. So for example, one of the most popular ones is called Screaming Frog, and that actually allows you to just set up like one URL just like this, and then just click start, and it will start crawling all of your URLs. You can actually ensure that you are not missing anything at all. This will crawl all of your URLs in just a matter of a few minutes. It is by default free if you have less than 500 URLs, or if you have more, you can just purchase a license. We had we use the software all the time, and we have licenses for many of our developers, and it's really very, very useful in that sense. So if you just want to double check that you are actually uploading all of the 301 Regex, it's important to run a crawl like this. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You're already done with all of this process. I know it was a little long, but I just want to give a little more context on the important steps. And that's kind of it. If you have any particular questions, feel free to leave them on the comments. Or if you need help from our team to actually like give you a hand in all of this migration process to Webflow or from Webflow, we're more than happy to help you out. Just go to our website, bricksagency.com, and then click get in touch, and we will be more than happy to help you out. So that's pretty much it. Again, my name is Mauro Zicard from Bricks Agency, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.